everybody, it's Clutch here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, and I'm joined by my special guest. Well, you know her. She's the producer. It's Cal. Go ahead and introduce yourself real quick, Cal.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
We're doing something a little different today. We're going to do everybody's heard of the Am I the You-Know-What hole. Basically, we're going to do that, but we're going to do a motorcycle edition. I brought up 2 stories. Cal has brought up 2 as well. We're going to basically tell everybody about them. One of us is going to answer it. We're going to discuss it a little bit, and we'd like you to chime in as well. So, once again, Sodak Motorcycle Blog is your, I don't know if I'd call it your ultimate source, but it's a source for weird motorcycle stuff from a perspective of someone who lives in Black Hills, South Dakota. We make weekly motorcycle blogs. They come out every Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. If you don't know what Mountain Time is, just figure out what time Denver is, and we're on Denver time, 7 p.m. every week. New Sodak Motorcycle Blog video has come out. So, anyways, without further ado, I think I'll let Kel start. Go ahead and hit me with Am I the you-know-what hole?
Okay. I, 38 female, and my boyfriend, 40 male, are currently arguing because I insist that if he wants to ride a motorcycle I plan to purchase, he will need to take the motorcycle safety course. So, some background information here. We've been together for 5 years, and in that time I have talked a lot about how I miss having a motorcycle and how I regret selling my Ninja 500 without plans to buy a new bike. Before the world went to hell in a handbasket, I even made plans for taking the motorcycle safety course again because it had been a long time since I've ridden, and it would be a good refresher. It'll help with insurance as well. I asked at the time if he wanted to join me, and he said no, which is entirely his choice. Now I'm back in a place where I can afford a bike and in an area that is much better for riding, so I'm on the bike train again. I ordered some gear, it arrived today, and he asked me what was in the boxes, so I told him, and that I was planning on taking the safety course in May and getting a bike. Cue the questions about which bike and what it would be a bike if he could ride, if he would fit on it, etc. He has his motorcycle license, but he's never ridden on the road and has not ridden since we've been together. It's a reminder they've been together for 5 years, so it's worth 5 years since he's ridden.
Yeah.
And while he is a safe driver, riding a motorcycle out on the roadway is very different. So I thought now would be a good time to cover boundaries with regards to the bike before I get it, and if he wants to ride it. So I said, if you want to ride my bike, you'll need to take the motorcycle safety course. Now he's pissed at me for telling me that I'm being rude and acting like an a-hole for making him jump through hoops. My side is he's an adult, and if he doesn't want to take the course, that's fine. But he's not entitled to my bike. Riding is dangerous, and I'm taking all of the safety precautions that I can, and I expect him to as well if he wants to ride the motorcycle that I am buying.
Well, I'll just say straight up, I don't think she is at all.
No.
Because, first thing, she's buying it with her money. So, and I'm one of those where, you know what? If it's not my money buying the machine, I'm going to do whatever I need to do for the person that owns that machine. That's just, to me, just first of all, just straight up, that's just what you do. If you borrow a piece of equipment, a power tool, something from a neighbor, you're going to do what they want you to do. If they say, hey, don't use it on this or don't do that, guess what? I don't own the tool. You own it. So in my mind, I'm going to because I don't own it, you own it. I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Also, motorcycle safety wise, it's been 5 years. Like, I think it's reasonable to definitely go to a motorcycle safety course. You've heard me discuss many times, those of you out there, how I'm very much on the, hey, at least take some education, because you know what? You need it, and it's a good refresher, and you should do it every 5 years anyway. And where he's never ridden out on the road with a motorcycle license tells me that, well, this is in the United States because of our really lax rules as far as...
Beginning to wonder if it's not in South Dakota where they made me just walk around the block and then gave me a full motorcycle license.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yes, I don't think there's anything unreasonable about that. I think that's more reasonable, especially because you're paying for it and it's your machine. And also you're concerned about they said they were married or?
No, see, that's the thing. They're not married, and there's nothing in this post that indicates to me that they are buying a motorcycle. She is purchasing the motorcycle.
So
that does not entitle him.
No.
It is not. It doesn't sound like the income is coming from their shared budget. So I guess I don't see. I purchased something that doesn't entitle you to it, especially if they're not married. It's different with us. We have a household income and a household budget. So a new car that I buy, it might be primarily my car, but we are paying for it.
Yep.
You can drive it. Plus, a motorcycle, I mean, ultimately, let's face it, it's mostly a toy, especially in an area like that we live in.
Yep.
So I don't think it's unreasonable for somebody who's never ridden on the road to have the expectation you're using somebody else's item.
Yeah.
And if you wreck it, are you financially able to pay for it and all the damages it incurs and the insurance and everything else that is entailed in that? Because if you're not, and they're not willing to take that risk, you're not entitled to that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, it wasn't quite a similar situation, but when I first started riding, and you had ridden before, and you insisted that I go riding with your dad.
Well, that's because at the time around here they really didn't do the motorcycle safety courses, especially down in Custer. There wasn't one.
But I don't think you would have been comfortable with me riding at all if I hadn't learned at least from somebody kind of how to do it.
Well, yeah, my dad had ridden for many, many years, and he could at least take you out and
and we
show you
weren't
the ropes.
And we weren't married yet.
No,
I mean
we weren't.
were engaged, but we were not married yet, and I just feel like that's just the safety, also the safety of your loved one.
Well, and it's the same situation. That first bike that you bought that. That doesn't entitle me to do anything with it. Mm-hmm. We weren't married.
Yep.
That wasn't our household income. Now, the second bike that we bought.
Yes.
I'm entitled to some say in that situation.
Exactly.
But no, this lady's not
at
the
all.
jerk.
No, not at all.
I agree with that. And it sounds like she knows it can be dangerous.
What?
She's got the gear. She's taken the course. Hopefully she'll continue on and take further education.
And I think your boyfriend needs to just calm down a tad.
Probably.
And relax and maybe not be so offended by it. Like, it sounds to me like it's a know-it-all, like I can just do it.
Well, yeah.
No, it's a little different than that. But
it's like the motorcycle version of the armchair quarterback. Ugh, I could do that.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
No, you can't. Not everybody's, no.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see what I got piled up here. Oh, here we go. This one should be fun. Am I the, you know what, for calling the police on my husband after I found that he was hiding my son's motorcycle? That sounds like a little bit to unpack.
There could be some extenuating circumstances, but off the top of my head, kind of.
That's an attention getter for sure. Yeah. All right, I got my son a $7,000 motorcycle for his $7,000 motorcycle for his 18th birthday this past June. My son is obsessed with automobiles and loves motorcycles. In his room, he has plenty of models posted in motorcycles, all types. His biological dad passed away when he was just 12. Now I'm married to my current husband, and he has kids of his own. My husband has always been against my son's interest in motorcycles. He thinks I'm encouraging him to be reckless, distracting him from school and by extension his future, and spoiling him and blowing away money by spending $7,000 on a motorcycle. This caused some tension between him and my son, so I told him to stop complaining about it. Around 2 weeks ago, my son's motorcycle went missing. We opened a police report, but nothing came of it. It just disappeared. My husband had a smirk on his face the entire time, just walking around saying, "I told you so. You just wasted your money." This was unbearable to hear, to be quite honest. My mother-in-law visited a few days ago. She was talking about the other house my husband owns and mentioned seeing a motorcycle, one that's similar to the one that we lost in my husband's garage while she was cleaning it. She goes to clean that house weekly, even though it's empty. My husband plans on giving it to his kids as inheritance. I was puzzled. I asked if she was certain, but she showed me a photo she took of it, which confirmed that it was indeed my son's motorcycle. I immediately rushed to call my husband and confront him about it. He admitted that he took and hid the motorcycle in his garage. As a last resort, after me and his stepson kept rushing him and his thoughts off by about the $7,000 being spent on something unnecessary that could cause issues, I blew up at him demanding he return it. He refused and told me he had been considered selling it and giving the money back to me so I could use it wisely this time. Quote, I told him I was serious and I'd call the police. He literally said, "This is a family matter and cops can't do S about it." I had enough. I called the cops soon as I ended the call with him. The motorcycle was found and returned, but my husband had to be taken in since there was an open file about the motorcycle going missing. He was let go eventually, but he was livid with me. He came home yelling about how awful what I did was and how crazy my behavior was. I refused to engage in the argument, but he told me his entire family about it, and they judged me for calling the police on my own husband, even though I already asked him to return it. He said he was just looking out for my son, and that one day we'll realize that he was right, only when it's too late. My son isn't speaking to me or my husband. I feel horrible about the whole situation, and I'm starting to think I handled this the wrong way. Wow.
Okay. First off, that's illegal. That's filing a false police report. He set you up to file a false police report. I mean, you don't. That's illegal. Straight out the gate. Obviously, he was arrested.
Yep.
Second off, it kind of sounds like they kind of got separate finances.
It kind of seems like that. That's kind of how I...
So if that's the case and he's leaving things to his kids for own inheritance, it's not a group effort, a joint thing, doesn't matter. She gets to spend her money however she wants. But the audacity of him to do that, I don't think she handled this improperly. I would be lividly pissed. And then obviously the way he speaks to her about those things, I disagree with that. I don't think she's the jerk at all in this situation.
No, I definitely agree with you. I think the male in that situation is definitely the you know what, because that's pretty
That's pretty ballsy to let your wife file a false police report when you know where it's at.
That would have been...
Also, knowing that his mother goes and cleans that house every week, she's going to notice. I mean, okay, that's just stupid.
I feel like there was a lot of arrogance on that part there. Because I feel like we're gonna file the police report. Hey, okay, by the way, okay, I took it. Like, maybe not let it get to the police report. I mean, and I think, okay, well, you get to go spend your day with the police then, because, well, you knowingly did this and didn't reveal it, and I
don't know. This also seems to me like one of those situations that his behavior probably indicates other behaviors in their aspects of their life that kind of make me think that, like, what's that guy on the internet that does the red flags?
Yeah.
I just kind of be like, maybe we do something else here.
There's more issues here behind this, and we could probably go on and talking this thing out, but I think it's time to move on. I think we established that one pretty easily.
Yes. Okay, now this one I find a little bit interesting because by the title alone, I would say, yes, you're the jerk. However, there's a couple interesting twists.
Okay.
Am I the jerk for going on a motorcycle trip with my friends instead of my daughter's wedding? Okay, so yeah, because normally if you said that to me, I'd be like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But
all right, I will hear you out on this one.
Okay, so for some quick context, last year I was told my daughter was getting married this year. I immediately supported the decision and was there for every step of the way. Following tradition, I gave her $4,500 to help with the venue payment. During the planning process, they changed from a local wedding to a destination wedding in Puerto Rico and forwarded the timeline a year to last fall, giving me less time to pay for the wedding. Now I had to pay for flights and accommodations for people. Reservations for the Airbnb was made. Tickets were purchased and bought. Then they broke up over some pretty immature reasons, and I was stuck with the bill. I tried for refunds, but I was told the trip was going to go ahead for revenge photos to make him feel bad. So that, and because my wife and stepkids are from Puerto Rico, I said fine. In total, the trip cost me $22,500. Shortly after that trip, I was invited to ride through Glacier National Park with some buddies. I figured, well, I paid for multiple trips to Disneyland as well as multiple trips for people to go to Puerto Rico, so I think I've earned it. My buddies and I planned for this September. My daughter left about 4 months ago to go back to her man and didn't say a word to me. We haven't talked once since she left. Zero explanation or call. The other day, she showed up at the house and told me matter-of-factly that her wedding's back on and I need to be there. I told her I can't make it. I have prepaid plans already. And she said, you're really going to miss my wedding? I told her I was there for the first one, and she said there wasn't one. I said, not according to my bank account. She walked off. And we haven't spoken since.
Oof. I'm with him on this one.
He was there. He was going to pay for the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, it's clearly they clearly don't have the best relationship.
No,
if we're going down this path.
No, absolutely not.
From the get go. But.
Yeah, no, it's not like you're just blowing it off because you. It would have been one thing had we're doing the destination, all this, we're going there, and then you bail at the last minute.
Yeah.
And then go on, but it happened, but it was off. You still went anyway. But then you planned a trip before.
Also, the revenge photo thing seems Again, I mean, that's really immature and petty, in my opinion.
I feel like this. I'm just gonna say this just off the cuff. I feel like this relationship, the daughter and the soon-to-be husband again. I don't think it's gonna end well, but
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with it. I just wanted to make that little observation. I think there's more going on there, but I don't. I mean, yes, it when you say it just right out there, right out the gate, the plain the title of it, yeah, absolutely. But then you hear the context, and it's like, boy, I don't know. I don't think you were. I don't know.
Well, it takes time to plan a wedding. If he's already booked this trip and she walks in and says, I'm getting married whatever day, and you say, well, I've already booked a trip for this. Is there a possibility of moving the wedding if he needs to be there that badly for the second time for one he's already paid for?
Already dropped $22,000 on.
Yeah,
one time.
I mean, it does sound like he wasn't able to get refunds, but they could have made it into anything else, a family trip or something else. The revenge photo thing's pretty cringe, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is one of those instances where, based on the title, I would have said yes, you are. But I'm kind of going to lean towards him on this one.
And I guess if I were in his shoes and I'm branded the a-hole,
well,
I guess I'll wear it.
And if they're already not talking, there's
really
other issues.
There's more things going on there. It seems like that seems to be a theme with some of these.
There's a.
It's almost like the motorcycle part of it just opened another wound, and
yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. I would say no. I would say maybe. I guess you could say shades of petty, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's as much on his part, to be honest with you. I feel like the daughter could have, communicated that a little better. And also, where you've already broken up once.
He did have a little comment in here.
Oh.
He added this to it. He said, "Believe me, I could care less about the money. To be honest, I'm hurt by the fact that she jumped up, left, didn't bother to call me one time in months, and she never even considered to check to see if the dates worked for others."
Yeah.
I have to agree with him on that. I do.
Yeah. With weddings, granted, our wedding's probably a poor example because it was kind of a deal where he made it work out. We didn't go do a big destination wedding or anything like that. But I feel like if you're doing a lot of big stuff, that's when you make sure that,
Well, the important people you want
the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. When my brother and his sister-in-law had their wedding, dates were confirmed well in advance.
Well, and the other thing is the important people you want there, i.e. your parents. You're like, hey, I want to get married.
Yep.
We're thinking May 25th or whatever it is. Is that something we can make work? That's how those things generally work. The rest of the wedding, if your third cousin can't make it, well.
Exactly. You get the important people out.
Yeah.
And I think every wedding I've been involved in a family, usually quite a bit in advance.
Yeah, they take time to plan,
hey,
and they're expensive.
We're looking at around, and it's usually hey, just a warning, we're looking at this month to do it. Okay, cool, good to know. Mm-hmm. We'll keep that month open.
Yep.
But yeah, I think you're okay, bud.
Yeah, I think I have to lean with him on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I got one more for you. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, this one kind of could possibly hit close to home. Am I for giving my boyfriend an ultimatum to leave his motorcycle club or break up? Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's get into it. I, 25 female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, have been together for 3.5 years, but have been friends for 4.5 years. We worked together since 2019, started dating in February 20 during COVID, which led us to move in with each other very quickly. Right before we started dating, he joined a motorcycle club. For privacy, I won't say, but it's the one we all know. Okay, well, in the end, like I said, okay, so I would say we're definitely in the 1% territory then, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't agree with it, but I guess I didn't understand the extent of it because I loved who he was before this club when we were just friends, coworkers. The prospecting phase was tough, and also during lockdown quarantine, I felt so alone. We ended up breaking up in November of 2020, then got back together in February 21. He was going to become a member very soon and promised things would be different as he wouldn't have to do all the prospecting duties and in return would have more time for a relationship. Years passed by with multiple arguments of him not having enough time for me, barely ever going out on dates, missing big accomplishment celebrations, always at club events, and constantly just leaving randomly, even if we're at his mom's house for dinner. It's gotten to the point that his mom and sister have addressed the same concerns as I do, never having time for loved ones and never being present. He was also recently diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2022, and that has definitely brought us closer since I help him with all his appointments, research triggers, cooking anti-inflammatory meals, assessing any symptoms he's having, but also has increased my fear of him riding the bike. He's had 2 bad accidents, staying out late, not getting good sleep, getting into fights, and increased stress. He's also an MMA fighter and trains a lot, so much so he hasn't gone fully back to work since March of 23. I just felt he was spreading himself so thin and prioritizing different things. Maybe he just doesn't have time for a relationship. Family is inevitable. He's been training MMA since he was young. He needs to get back to work, so the only things left would be me or this club. We had a discussion back in 2022 when the club got raided by the FBI that he is leaving the club. I've been very patient, but now it's a year later and no plan of leaving has happened. Told me I will leave on my own time. That could be 5 months or 5 years. It didn't feel urgent to him anymore, and I decided I no longer want to be in a relationship with this version of him who has no time for me or his family. That he has to decide whether he wants to pursue me 100% or move out. I told him he could have 2 weeks to think about it because that's when rent comes up again, and if he's moving out, he wouldn't split it with me. Am I for giving him an ultimatum?
No, that is not a motorcycle club. That is a lifestyle. And it doesn't sound like it's a lifestyle she initially consented to. Also, wait a minute. So you're telling me he's doing all this, neglecting you. He gets MS. You're taking care of him. He's still not even taking you into consideration. You've been raided by the FBI. I'm sorry. I'd have walked out the door, I don't know, like 5 years ago. Absolutely not. That is not a lifestyle. I love to ride the motorcycles. We ride all the time. Not interested in anything besides a couple charity fundraisers like the motorcycle clubs you have belonged to. That is not a life. No. There's so many things to unpack there that are way bigger red flags than joining a motorcycle club.
Yeah.
That's not a club. That's much more than a club.
Well, I will say this, he definitely fed you a line when the prospecting phase ends, is all the stuff's going to end. It does not. Because then when you're in, and especially in a 1% MC, because let's be honest, this is what was, when you're in a 1% MC, it is a lifestyle. And really, your family is the MC.
Yeah,
that's the way the world is. The MC is first. That's what it is, unfortunately. And I don't think you're outline at all for giving us ultimatum. I'm with you. I would have gave that maybe about the time the FBI raid happened.
Yeah, I'm out. We're not doing anything in our lives that the FBI raiding us.
Yeah,
we're done.
and I definitely, granted, I haven't been in a 1% MC, but I've been in MMC, and I understand that brotherhood. And it's hard to leave that sometimes. It's hard to leave good things because I'm sure, just like anything else, there probably was good times he had there and all that. But where especially if you're taking care of him when he's got MS, like, you're doing way more, I think, than you need to be, for sure.
Well, and then there's a priority thing here too, because if it got to that point with anything that you did, and I said, it literally came down to, do you want to stay married to me, or are you going to leave your motorcycle club? I guess that tells you right where your priorities lie.
Absolutely.
Because we've been married for 20 years, and if you left me for a motorcycle club, clearly, we have a lot of other problems.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. I left the Green Knights on my own accord last year. But at the same time, had it been, let's say there was a situation where you came to me and said, it's either me or them, I'm going to choose you.
Yeah.
Because we've been married, geez, how many years now?
Almost 21.
It'll be 21 years next month. And like that, in the end, that's who's going to be there in the end for me. I mean, our relationship's so good. You're going to, it's pretty easy to figure out.
Well, I don't think a motorcycle club's going to take care of your MS.
No, I don't. Exactly.
I was like, this seems iffy. I would have been out of there much faster than she was. So I guess.
I don't think the ultimatum is out of line at all.
No, I do not.
Because in the end, you have to take care of yourself. And yes, he's going to have to make that choice. Does he want to be in the MC? Does he want you? It's a pretty simple choice to me.
Yeah, it would be to me too, especially with all the other outside factors.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody's willing to sit through and take care of MS, which is not an easy thing. It's not going to get better. It's debilitating. And then the MMA fighting and the training and not having a solid job, and you need to look at where your priorities lie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's more issues there than the MC for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, no,
which appears to be the case on almost all of these.
Yeah, it seems to be a theme with the the you know what. It's there's other themes there, and it seems like it's throwing stuff in.
I honestly expected more of these to be like, oh, hey, I cut off a motorcycle, or I was on my motorcycle and I cut off a car and they flipped me off. Am I the ass? That kind of thing. Most of these I'm like, this is like major marital problems.
we found some issues. So
yeah, that actually the motorcycle is a very small part of.
Yeah. I feel like some of these people, though, need to ride more to get away from their problems a little bit and just relax on the road and enjoy a nice day on the bike.
Yeah, maybe they could do it together.
Maybe do it together, wearing helmets. Maybe you should
after the motorcycle safety course.
Maybe you should go to the motorcycle safety course.
Buy some proper gear.
Yes.
And enjoy some time together.
Yes. But, well, that's all we got because we filled up definitely a good episode here. I'd like to thank you for stopping by the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Very much appreciated once again. Every Thursday, new episode comes out, 7 p.m. Mountain. If you don't know what Mountain is, once again, that's Denver time. Also, if you want to see our videos before when I upload them and they're ready to go, you can join our membership for $2.99 a month. Also with that, you get priority reply to comments. So you leave a comment on the video, a reply within 48 hours. You also get a nice little icon by your name, the little Sodak Motorcycle Blog logo that tells everybody, yep, you're a member of this, and like I said, you're a member. And also, like I said, you get the videos right away. Now,
you can also join me in trolling him. I've enjoyed that.
Yes. So Inside House, my wife is actually is one of our members. So thanks for checking out the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know if this is something you enjoy or something you're not a fan of. Let us know, and we'll see where we go with this. But anyways, for the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, that is
Kelly.
And I'm Clutch. We'll see you later.